Hello everybody and welcome back to SFF180. It is Monday morning, January the 13th, 2020. And time once again for the mailbag. I hope you guys have had a great couple of weeks, a great weekend. Mine's been really good, except it has just gotten very cold and very rainy, very stormy last night. So that means good reading weather. Otherwise, I don't really have much in the way of announcements. It is a modest mailbag for, the very first one of 2020. Only about 6 packages. So, yeah, without really any further yammering, let's get right into them. Gonna start small and then work my way up to the bigger ones. So we're going to start off with what looks to be a little mass market paperback from HarperCollins. And we're starting out with Warlord. This is by Mel Odom, and it is a military science fiction novel, which is the third and final book, in something called the Macomb War series. So, as you can tell, military SF. This will be out in mass market paperback on January the 28th. And let's see, the first couple of volumes were, golly, what were they? I know that this series actually goes back a few years, and it's been a while since the first two. The first one is Master Sergeant, and the second one is Guerrilla. And now we have Warlords, so I guess things are escalating in the Macomb War. But if you're a fan of military SF, then, as I said, this will be out January the 28th in mass market from Harper Voyager. Okay, this one looks like it's had about 6 or 7 extra labels stuck on the front. But it looks like, it looks like it has come in from Macmillan. Okay, I think that they have sent me this one as an ARC as well. This is a new hardcover from Torteen, so it's a YA, called Strange Exit. The author is Parker Peavyhouse, and that's cute. It sounds like she should have a detective series just named after her. And it goes like this. It's a standalone speculative thriller for young adult readers. It is out tomorrow in hardcover. A 17-year-old Lake spends her days aboard a ship that's been orbiting Earth since a nuclear event, searching a simulation of a strange post-apocalyptic landscape for people who have forgotten one very important thing. This isn't reality. The simulation was supposed to prepare them for life after the apocalypse, but it has trapped their minds in a shared virtual reality while their bodies remain in stasis chambers. It's up to Lake to wake them up. When she reveals the truth to a fellow passenger, Taryn, he joins her mission, but time's running out before the simulation completely deconstructs, and soon Taryn's deciding who is worth saving and who must be sacrificed for the greater good. Lake pits herself against Taryn in a race to find the secret heart of the sim, where something waits that will either save them or destroy them all. Huh. All right, well that sounds like it's going to have some interesting twists and turns. It's described as another immersive psychological thriller perfect for fans of The Matrix and the 100 series. All right, then. So, Strange Exit by Parker Peavyhouse from Torteen in hardcover tomorrow. And next up, this one is from Random Penguin. Okay, this one is interesting and completely unexpected. For me, it is a book called A Phoenix First Must Burn. It comes out on March the 10th. It's a YA anthology. And let's see. I'll just read the sell sheet straight up because it sounds interesting. Goes like this. When I first heard about A Phoenix First Must Burn, it was pitched as Beyoncé's Lemonade meets Octavia Butler. I can't recall ever reading an anthology that unabashedly put stories about black girls front and center, but that's exactly what this remarkable anthology does. Edited by the founder of People of Color in Publishing, Patrice Caldwell, A Phoenix First Must Burn is a one-of-a-kind book that weaves a narrative out of multiple stories to celebrate black girl magic. It will take you on a journey from folk tales retold to futuristic societies and everything in between. Witches and scientists, priestesses and rebels form an unforgettable cast of characters as they're thrown into stories of love and betrayal, strength and resistance, creating a uniquely complex and much-needed collection. This book highlights the voices of 16 women and GNC people of color, voices that are taking their turn in the spotlight as readers clamor for more diverse stories that are reflective of themselves and the world around them. Okay. And let's see. Contributors include Elizabeth Acevedo, Amory, that's just her full name, she writes under. Patrice Caldwell, Danielle Clayton, J. Marcel Corey, Samaya Daoud, Charlotte Davis, Alea Don Johnson, Justina Ireland, Danny Lohr, L.L. McKinney, Danielle Page, Rebecca Roanhorse, Karen Strong, Ashley Woodfolk, and Ibby Zaboy. All right, anyway, March the 10th. Okay, moving on, we have a white envelope. This one is going to be from Macmillan. Oh, this is very nice to have. This comes from the Emira imprint. And this is a book called A Beginning at the End. I have heard something about this. This is out tomorrow in hardcover. It's by Mike Chen. Okay, and it goes like this. 6 years after a global pandemic that put the world on pause, 2 billion unsure survivors come out of quarantine and split between self-governing big cities, hippie communes, and wasteland gangs. When the father of a presumed dead pop star announces a global search for his daughter, 4 lives collide. Krista, a cynical event planner, Moira, the pop star in hiding, Rob, a widowed single father, and Sunny, his 7-year-old daughter. As their lives begin to intertwine, reports of a new outbreak send the fragile society into a panic. And when the government enacts new rules in response to the threat, long-buried secrets surface, causing Sunny to run away, seeking the truth behind her mother's death. Now, Krista, Rob, and Moira must finally confront the demons of their past in order to reunite with Sunny before a coastal lockdown puts the world on pause again. Okay, it says the beginning at the end is accessible and captivating, the perfect combination of heart, genre-bending playfulness, and sharp imagination. Okay, and it is out tomorrow from Mira Books in hardcover. And this one is also from Macmillan. It's a big package, but it feels like it has a very little book inside. Yeah, very little book indeed, but here it is. This is the arc for an upcoming Tor.com novella, which was on my anticipated fantasy list. This is The Empress of Salt and Fortune. The author, and I'm not sure how to pronounce this name. I'll have to look it up later just to be sure, but I think it's Nghai, or Nghai, N-G-H-I, Vo. And it comes out March the 24th. And in fact, I just also got an e-arc for this, but now I have the paper. I prefer the physical. It goes like this. Nghai Vo has created a vivid high fantasy world, both familiar and new. This is a book that features talking birds, court intrigues, glowing scarlet lakes, and fortune-telling spies. But it's more importantly about the subtle magic of women who cannot be broken. All right. Inspired by classic East Asian history and mythology, The Empress of Salt and Fortune tells the story of the Empress In-Yo, who came from the north to marry the southern emperor of Pine and Steel, only to be exiled as soon as she provides him with an heir. What a jerk. Oh well. This is a woman who refuses to be cowed, who spends years in quiet rebellion before fiercely riding her woolly mammoths into battle against the emperor and all he stands for. Okay, mammoth riding. I'm on board. Her handmaiden, Rabbit, stands by her side with unwavering loyalty. Both of them contain a righteous anger and resolve that tears down kingdoms. I hope you will agree that this gorgeous epic in miniature marks Nghai Vo as an important new voice in fantasy. Okay. Empress of Salt and Fortune, and mammoths apparently, arrives on March the 24th from Tor.com. And the final big ol' envelope comes in from Random Penguin. Definitely feels like we're wrapping up with a hardcover. And this is a book called Ash Lords. It's a YA adventure, and it's by Scott Rankin, who just wrapped up a YA space opera trilogy called Nixia. And this is the beginning of an all-new duology already. Okay. This will be out January the 21st. It's the first book in a YA epic fantasy duology, following 3 Phoenix horse riders skilled at alchemy who must compete at the races, the modern spectacle that has replaced warfare within their empire. And you see a burning horse here, so there you are. Every year since the Ash Lords were gifted Phoenix horses by their gods, they've raced them, first into battle, then on great hunts, and finally for the pure sport of seeing who rode the fastest. Centuries of blood and fire carved their competition into a more modern spectacle, the races. Over the course of a multi-day event, elite riders from clashing cultures vie to be crowned champion. But the modern version of the sport requires more than good riding. Competitors must be skilled at creating and controlling phoenix horses made of ash and alchemy, which are summoned back to life each sunrise with uniquely crafted powers to cover impossible distances and challenges before bursting into flames at sunset. Huh. But good alchemy only matters if a writer knows how to defend their phoenix horse at night. Murder is outlawed. That's good. But breaking bones and poisoning ashes, that's all legal and encouraged. In this year's races, 11 riders will compete, but 3 of them have more to lose than the rest: a champion's daughter, a scholarship entrant, and a revolutionary's son. Will one attain their own dream of glory, or will all flame out in defeat? Okay. Ashlords fuses impeccable world building, the unique concept of phoenix horses, and a competition reminiscent of the Hunger Games and the Scorpio races for a winning combination that will keep readers on the edge of their seats. All right, and the sequel will be out spring of 2021, apparently. Huh, all right then. So, Ashlords, the first in what sounds like an action-packed epic fantasy duology, available on January the 21st, in 1 week. So, how about that? That's it for the very first mailbag of 2020. You know the drill. Light up those comments. Let me know which of these looks most interesting and exciting to you, which you would like to see me prioritize for review. Otherwise, if you enjoyed watching, please hit that like button, share the video far and wide with all of your SFF reading friends, and above all, please subscribe. That is how the channel grows. Very close to 7,500. So that's a really exciting landmark when it hits. I want to thank everybody for their support. You can support the channel also at my TeePublic store and my Patreon, where recruits into Wink's Army get little perks like getting early access to some of these videos. I want to thank all of those folks for their additional support. It is greatly appreciated. I want to thank all of you guys for being the very best viewers in all of BookTube. And until I see you next time, reviews in the pipeline. Happy reading.